But when the dust settled on the 2025 NFL Draft, the New Orleans Saints emerged as one of the rare teams that didn't make a single trade, not one. Zero movement up or down the board. They held firm, stayed the course, and walked away with all 9 of their picks intact. And somehow, despite all the chaos surrounding them, impulsive trades, last-minute moves, and desperation picks from other teams, the Saints delivered one of the most complete draft classes in the entire league. No blockbuster deals, no flashy gambles, just methodical, disciplined selections made with a long-term vision in mind. And here's the kicker. They did it all without touching a single future asset. In a year when other teams mortgage tomorrow to win today, New Orleans chose patience and precision. But now comes the real question, the one on every fan's mind. Was it enough? Can this draft class truly repair the cracks in a roster that has been slowly falling apart? Because while the Saints added depth, addressed glaring holes, and invested heavily in both trenches, they didn't deliver the one thing fans were begging for: offensive firepower. This wasn't a draft about headlines. This was a foundation draft, the kind you look back on in 3 years and realize it was the turning point. No splashy wide receivers, no surprise quarterback trades, just 9 picks, laser focused on rebuilding an identity that's been lost since the peak of the Sean Payton era. From the offensive line to the defensive front and into the secondary and backfield, the Saints added layers of toughness and depth. But even with all that, one glaring concern remains. Where's the spark on offense? Where's the dynamic playmaker that makes defensive coordinators stay up at night? That's where we begin, right at the top of the draft, with a player who quietly defines everything this draft class was about. Kelvin Banks Jr. He wasn't just the first pick, he was the tone setter. Before we dive into the video, don't forget to like this video and hit that subscribe button for more Saints coverage and all things NFL. Let's see if we can hit 200 likes on this breakdown. Your support means a lot, guys. When the Saints used their first-round pick on Kelvin Banks Jr., an offensive tackle out of Texas, it wasn't just a strategic move, it was a statement, a signal to the rest of the league and to their own locker room that this front office is done applying Band-Aids to bullet wounds. No more temporary fixes. They're laying bricks, building from the inside out. Banks wasn't the flashiest name on the board, but he may have been one of the most important. He's a top 20 prospect by nearly every scouting outlet, praised for his technique, strength, and football IQ. He's the kind of offensive lineman that quarterbacks trust and defensive ends fear. And yet, the pick stirred up plenty of debate, because fans weren't asking for a left tackle, they were asking for explosiveness. They wanted a wide receiver who could change the scoreboard with a single play. They wanted electricity. Instead, they got stability. And for some, that felt like a letdown.